Welcome to the Franchise Freedom Podcast. I'm your host, Giuseppe Grammatico, your franchise guide, and welcome back. We are going to kick it off with part 3 of the 4-part Franchise Freedom Process series. And thank you again for joining. So this is the third one. If you've missed the 2 previous shows, we will put everything in the show notes so you can access episode 1 and episode 2. As always, I want to put this here at the bottom of the screen. If you want a general kind of bird's eye overview summary of our process, it can be found right on the website, ggthefranchiseguide.com/process. And you'll get a general overview of what the heck we do, right? Helping simplify things and just make life so much simpler and easier. So again, thanks again for the recommendations to do this type of show, and looking forward to your comments and feedback. So let's see. We are step number 3. We've had our intro call. You've sent the questionnaire back. We have done a consultation, and we have sent over your model, which is a summary of what your ideal business looks like. Now, in step 3 here, we are getting feedback on that model. Any changes that need to be made to that model. And again, that model is a personalized franchise model specifically created for you. And you're going to go through and let us know if any changes or revisions need to be made. Assuming no changes need to be made, this is a model that you can use going forward. To be honest, this is a model that you can choose any franchise with or any standalone business, right? Because it's not talking franchise. It's really narrowing in on specifically what your ideal business looks like. So you can use this as and it's a Word document, so you can make edits down the road if need be, but this is a great summary that can help guide you in your decisions going forward. So, all right, so we got the model. Everything looks great. What do we do now? And, a lot of the work I do is we go back and looking at the model, we talk with franchise companies, and we make sure and say, okay, we have a certain individual that's looking at a franchise. These are some of their skill sets. This is what they're looking for. We take into consideration financials, the financial requirements, who their ideal franchise is, and what their ideal franchise looks like. And so we spend a lot of time there, and we call the franchise companies. We make sure the territories are available, right? Worst thing is to recommend a franchise company and not have any turf or territory available, and maybe all completely sold out. So we spend a lot of time talking with the franchise companies, making sure they're a good fit, scaling down that number. We may start off with a dozen companies, scaling it down to half. And then eventually we want to get that number really specific and really scale it down to maybe 2 or 3 franchise companies that may be a good fit based off of what you're looking to accomplish. And sometimes it requires an extra phone call or email or communication from me as we're trying to get really specific, as there are a lot of great companies out there, but certain companies may stand out if for example, if it's something that needs to scale and open up quickly because you're transitioning from your full-time job to the business. Maybe there's a business that is a better fit for that. In other cases, some people may have a preference for a membership model or an annuity model, such as a gym where members are paying every month, or a commercial cleaning service where businesses are paying a flat amount every month for cleaning. So some people may prefer certain business models or the forms of payment and the type of customers that they have. So a lot of due diligence on our end just to find some really good matches. And on this call, we typically schedule roughly a 45-minute video call, and we'll explore the 3 companies. I try to make them all different, not in the same industry or category, and just to give you a nice breadth of what's out there that may be a good fit. Again, going back to the franchise model. So our goal is to get you to get businesses that check off all the boxes, your wish list, your bucket list, things that may be a great fit. And then after discussing each and every single one, I encourage everyone to kind of grab a Word doc or a piece of paper and jot any questions and or concerns they have. This is a great exercise because it may cause a little bit of anxiety or overwhelm. So this way, it's getting everything out of your head. jotting down those questions. And in many cases, a lot of those questions are answered on the intro calls or videos that the franchise companies will be sending you. So a lot of great information there. But we spent about 15 minutes per company, 15, 20 minutes, and we really dive deep as to why they may be a good fit. But our job is not to do the due diligence, right? Our job is really to bring some really good companies to the table. We make an introduction directly to each franchise company, and they will continue the conversation. Now, keeping in mind, each franchise company may have a different process. Some may send you a video and then followed by an intro call. Some may do the intro call and send you the franchise agreement immediately, whereas others may send that in the second or third call. So just different process. Everyone does things a little bit differently. But the key thing and the key focus is we need to make sure that that franchise, the role of the franchisee is going to be a really good fit for you. So again, the franchise companies have been doing this for a while, so they will answer a lot of your questions on that first call or video. But we really want to focus in on some good questions, concerns. Get those all written down. We can bring those up on the call, and you'll know by typically the second call. Each franchise company, if they're a good fit or not. First call is just a general overview. Second call, you may dive into unit economics, the financials, what kind of money the average franchisee makes, and you can have that conversation directly with the franchise companies. Franchise companies will disclose you, give you that agreement, and obviously they'll need to supply you that agreement in order to go through some of this information. That is where the franchise kind of takes over on the specifics on the brand. We will be following up and helping you narrow down that search based off of maybe some feedback. Maybe one of the options, the investment is just a little bit too high, and you want to keep that lower. Maybe things have changed along in the process. So we work with you in helping you narrow down the search of 3 companies down to 2 and possibly 1. So after discussing all 3 and the reasons why we have selected those 3 companies, we will make the introductions to the brands, and those brands will reach out to you, call, email, and text. Again, depending on the company, different way of reaching out, and they will schedule that call. So our conversations don't end there. You'll obviously have those intros, and we were going to be talking at least once or twice a week, maybe a half an hour, maybe 10 minutes, maybe an hour, kind of, just a general overview of the franchise companies and what your thoughts are, if you had to kind of rate them in order, and just keeping you as informed as possible, or actually we're being as informed as possible, getting your feedback and also talking directly with the franchise company. So I again hope you found this helpful. If you want a more of an overview and prefer reading, feel free to download a free copy of my book, or feel free to email me, send me a message with your mailing address in the US and Canada, and I will mail you a free copy. You do not have to cover the shipping. I will mail you a copy of the book. That is on me as a thank you for listening in, and I greatly appreciate it. So step 3 of the process, we're almost there, home stretch. Step 4 will be coming up the following week. Next episode, we'll tackle kind of ongoing what to expect in your franchise freedom process. So again, everyone, thanks for joining us today. Looking forward to your comments, questions, looking forward to mailing some books out, and we will tackle step 4, which is the ongoing step, and a little bit of a teaser there, and we'll talk about that on the next call. Again, thanks again, and talk to you soon. Bye-bye.